generation, a metaphorical oracle. Like my thought bench is proportional. The Malcolm X and Generation X and the Maybach, how I stun and flex. Moved around my neck, cost me a check, so I chase a check. Yeah, just left that connect. Yeah, peel off and the legs. When I'm asleep, I see them race. When I'm awake, I'm main and straight. Tiptoe around the grave, nigga, that's the game we play for high stakes. In the fast lane with no brakes. We the crash in the born straight. Was born great on the ninth day with a war plan. Leave right, please. Levitate sand, I'm a great man. In these last days, face Satan. Van Helsing racing fast. Tinted out ghosts floating through that easy pass. With the most efficient wouldn't stay. On a journey to set the culture straight. At the age of 6, I had a vision. Culture, poison arrow tips for culture vultures. The dopeless, back of the Bentley chauffeur, the black of the nostra. Niggas that got like Oprah. Life's picture, emotional fishing. Don't make it an issue. Kushite culture, poison arrow tips for culture vultures. We took a
y'all already know. Bringing lyrics to life, we here.
Niggas that got like Oprah. Life's picture, emotional fishing. Don't make it an issue. Cycle the rifle, got me moonwalking like Michael. Back strong, that glow when the strobe lights watch the ice glow like lead boy. I'm the last dragon in the Benz wagon, band sagging, focused on that next check. All my hitters on deck, yeah. All my bitches on deck, certified vets. I'm a sergeant, I'm a jet. I take flight, do this for quest. I'm a sergeant, I'm a jet. I take flight, do this for quest. All my hitters on deck. I take flight, do this for quest.
Sure.
Kushite culture, poison arrow tips for culture vultures. We took her off the dopeness, back of the Bentley chauffeur, the black and Costa Nostra. Niggas that got it like Oprah. Life's picture, emotional fishing. Don't make it an issue. Kushite culture, poison arrow tips for culture vultures. We took her off the dopeness, back of the Bentley chauffeur, the black and Costa Nostra. Niggas that got it like Oprah. Life's picture, emotional fishing. Don't make it an issue.
What's going on, y'all? What's going on? Yo, we in here bringing lyrics to life, episode 9. Back like we never left. We getting it lit in here tonight. Who's in the room? What's up, Tay?
You know the vibe. You know we in.
What's going on with you?
I'm chilling, man. You know.
Naya.
Yeah.
What's up? Hey, shout out to all of our listeners, all of our supporters. We appreciate y'all. Shout out to our live audience on Podbean that's tuning in. Those that are on Facebook Live, we appreciate you. Shout out to our sponsors on Anchor, taking us all the way to Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and other media outlets coming soon. We appreciate our supporters, our fan base, and our sponsors. Shout out to our live studio audience. Clap it up for the live studio audience in here tonight. Yeah. Got some Hollywood stars in here. What's going on? Listen, tonight we got a special guest with us. What's going on, Mike Wayz?
You already know what it is. I'm in the building, live in the flesh.
Live in the flesh.
Live in the flesh.
Mike, talk to us, yo. Where you from, bro?
Ah, man. I'm from the planet Earth, man.
The planet Earth.
The planet Earth, you know, but in particular, I'm from the city of Camden.
CMD.
CMD all day. You know, much love to CMD. You
What
know,
part of
also,
Camden you repping? Don't tell nobody.
Well,
Don't tell nobody.
yeah,
Don't tell nobody, Mike. We don't want no problem. Put the flags down.
Let me say this, bro. I love Camden to death because Camden is a beautiful spirit there that's coming amongst the people, man. It's a spirit of unity. So much love to Camden. I also got ties to Willingboro. I came up down there as well.
Okay.
Much shots out. Much love to all my people down WC. I'm rather out in Willingboro. All my peoples from Rittenhouse. All my cats down RHP. RHP.
Beverly Rancoke is road.
I mean, you got
ripping and running. Mill Creek Park.
Real.
What's up?
You gotta keep it real. This is where we from. This is where we
That's
from.
what's
This
up.
is our territory. We gonna man up and we gonna own it.
Listen, we on here tonight, spotlighting you,
Okay.
right? In this song, Kushite Culture.
Kushite
Culture.
Kushite Culture.
What is Kushite Culture? What is
man,
that?
Damn. That's a question that can fucking lead down a whole tunnel of you know what I mean, a rabbit tunnel. But just to make it direct, Kushite culture, you know what I mean? When we look at that, that's just the Nubian Kushite kingdoms of the ancient Nile Valley, and that's where our people come from. We bringing that type of culture back because literally, not only the culture of our spirituality has been stolen, but the culture of the music has been stolen, and we stand on that culture of who stole the culture, and we bringing that culture back in the form of music.
Okay, so you would say that you study music and the history of music.
I would say I study the history of music and everything.
Okay.
The history of all things.
Man, give us a background with music. How'd you get into music? What you doing in music? Because you an artist, you a manager, you a producer, you got your own radio show. Like, you just doing it all.
Yeah. I mean, for real, for me, man, it goes back to my childhood since I was a little boy. My mom's her boyfriend or husband at the time, you know, when we was little, he had sons, and then it was me, and he would have us challenge each other on rap battles because he was into rap at the time. During the 80s. He was big into all of that, you know, all of
like big lyricism back then.
Big lyricism, you know, so he would make us challenging each other on write raps and see who will win, and whoever will win get $5 here, $10 there, and it was from
Damn, y'all was getting cash.
and that's why I always me personally always looked at music from a business standpoint, is because since a young boy I was being groomed for that.
I mean,
unknowingly though, I didn't realize what was happening to
that builds creativity. Also at a young age.
Yeah, certainly.
My mom would challenge us, but it was to see who was going to sing lead on the solo on Sunday in the choir. We didn't get no cash prizes. She was trying to figure out who was going to hit the note the right way.
Right.
Dang.
Yeah.
I feel jit. How about you?
There's so many reasons I feel jit. That's just.
Oh, I'm just saying. I feel like she owed me some money. That's crazy. That's what's up. So listen, y'all already know how we do it. Here on Bringing Lyrics to Light, we're going to correlate these lyrics to everyday life. So we're going to go ahead, jump right into it, break it down nice, give it to us.
Okay, verse 1. The metaphorical oracle, like my thought joins proportional, the Malcolm X of Generation X in a Maybach, how I stunt and flex, gold around my neck, cost me a check, so I chase a check, just left the connect, peel off in a Lex. When I'm asleep, I see them race. So when I'm awake, I'm aiming straight, tiptoe round the grave. Boys, that's the game. We play for high stakes in the fast lanes with no brakes. We either crashing or we going straight. Was born great on the 9th day.
Stop. Stop right there. We're gonna break all of that down.
You about to bring it the full circle for it?
From the top, nah. All the way from the top, all the way to that last.
Ladies and gentlemen, please understand that was only half of verse 1.
Listen.
He like the speed racing rapper over there.
Just listen. Just left the connect. I felt that.
Yeah.
That can mean different things, though.
Listen, New York, I ain't saying nothing. I ain't saying nothing. I'm gonna let you have your shine.
Yeah, he said, just left the connects. Peel off in the Lex. When I'm asleep, I see them race. So when I'm awake, I'm aiming straight.
Yeah.
That's hunger right there.
Yeah.
And that's like, to me, that's like a New York mentality. Like everybody wants to be the man. Why
can't be a city mentality? Why can't be a urban mentality? That's just why we always gotta be compared to New York?
No, it's not about being compared to New York. It's just the ideology of New York. You know what I'm saying? Everybody from New York is hustlers. You know what I'm saying? Like, everybody want to be the man. Like that's why we get the reputation that we get, because everybody want to be on top and everybody feel like they.
I know some folks down in Florida that move faster than these city boys. That's all I know.
But that's because they push out.
That's all. Put Mike's mentality in New York. It's cool.
It's easier to do that. Like
that man just sat right here and said he from Camden and Willenburg, and you gonna take him to New York. Why you taking him across the bridge?
I stay there. Why are you taking him to Florida? They ain't got nothing to do with us.
I ain't take him to Florida. I'm just telling you what I'm saying. Florida's doing some things. That's all I was saying.
He gotta rep his hometown.
Listen. Florida, we got y'all. Ain't nobody doing nothing out there. You know what I'm saying? I got you. You know what I mean? Hip hop police is I got y'all. You know what I'm saying? God, they is like civilized civilians. Got y'all. They go to church. Got to do your due diligence. You contribute to charity.
Shout out to Florida. There's some real ones there. We appreciate
that's definitely
you.
some real ones.
Carry on.
Yeah, they out here trying to incriminate people. We not doing that here.
Go ahead, man. Go break these lyrics down for us.
He said,
New York style.
Tiptoe. Shut up. Tiptoe around the grave, nigga. That's a game. We play for high stakes in the fast lane. Yeah, you know what I'm saying. So pretty much, it's like it's all or nothing. It's all or nothing. You got to put all your eggs in one basket. You can't hesitate. Right. You know what I'm saying, because you got to make sure that you're actually putting full force effort into. Exactly. You know what I'm saying. And at the end of the day, if you don't, then you're gonna regret it. If you don't, you're gonna get the results that you put out. Yeah. And so So it's like So I bang with that. Right. He said, and this is the part right here, which is dope. This is
guy. Listen, y'all see him on the live. This guy smiling ear to ear right here on this part.
I already know it's coming. This is a double entendre right here for me personally.
Here we go.
Because you said, no, this is a triple entendre. I'm gonna say that. And you ain't even heard that. You ain't never heard that one. So this is the first.
You getting mad credit over here.
I'm about to copyright that right now. You gonna copyright that now. All right, so triple entendre. You said, we either crashing or going straight. Was born great on the 9th day. Yeah. Now, was born great on the 9th day. Yeah. You know I'm going.
Yeah, here we go.
Yeah. I was born on the 9th day.
Wow, look at that. Oh my God.
I'm telling you.
Hold on.
Is it always about him?
Hold on.
I thought tonight it was about Mike.
They don't let me finish. What episode is this?
It's episode 9.
We have this artist who's talking about being great on the 9th day. That's a triple entendre. That means everything comes forward where it's supposed to be. That's
listen to what 9 represents. 9 represents in the supreme math born.
Yeah,
born.
So it's like that's greatness right there. Greatness. That's being made at one time. It's like that's crazy. You know what I'm saying? Well, go ahead. I'm gonna let y'all finish if you want to talk about making it about.
Can I say something to that point you just made, though, bro? That's a serious point you just made about that triple entendre. Yeah, and that's serious, man. And there's a lot in that. And I just want to thank you for pointing that out to me, because I'm gonna take that and
you're gonna take it and run.
All
right. So the lawyers. All right. So I just wanted to make sure our lawyers was on, and they recording this, because right here on Bringing Lyrics to Life, you just got the next set of your next song. All right. The lyrics was birthed right here. Only on Bringing Lyrics to Life. Just wanted to make sure we had that. All right. Cool. Go ahead, Nia. What you got?
With a war plan, Levite priest, levitate sand. I'm a great man in these last days.
Stop right there. Levite priest, levitate sand. Mike. What's up?
You know, it's a lot going on in the world right now.
It's a lot going on in this rap right now.
But it's a lot going on in this rap. It's a lot going on in this world. So certain things I'm going to keep quiet, because I don't want to end up like certain cats that's getting ostracized for their opinions. You know what I mean? But at the same time, I got to keep it real. And what a Levite priest is, that's me and you. You know what I'm saying? We enlightened sages when we attach to the infinite powers. And when we attach to those infinite powers, we could bring about expression till its fullest desire. So it's a symbolic thing saying I'm levitating sand, you know what I mean? But really, we're doing the impossible is what I'm saying. Okay. Things that appear to be impossible to the naked eye, we're making those things possible through faith.
Okay, so the interesting thing is that pretty much a lot of the content, right, the lyrical content is actually sending a positive message. Yes. Encouraging people that you can reach for the sky.
Whatever you
that you can do more. Right. And that you can achieve anything that you go for.
Right. And if you listen to the one lyric when it said, you know, when I'm asleep, I see them wraiths. So when I'm awake, I'm aiming straight.
Yeah, so you're going straight towards
that goal of that wraith, and not just the physical wraith, but just what the wraith what it represents in material expression, which is abundance. I'm going after abundance because that's my birthright.
Nah, exactly.
Okay.
So we are low on audio.
We're not low. We need y'all to talk into the mics.
So we are talking to the mics. They can't hear.
Everybody's not talking into the mics. I just checked it.
Sorry about that.
Thank you. Go ahead.
In these last days, face Satan, Van Helsing. I say that right?
Van Helsing.
Yeah.
Okay. Racing fast, tinted out ghosts, floating through the easy pass with a crucifix and a wooden stake on a journey to set the culture straight. At the age of 6, had a vision, already seen my fate. That's verse 1.
So then, you go ahead and take us to verse 2.
You gotta do that every time.
All right, so the hook is Kushite Culture, poisoned arrow tips for culture vultures. We took an oath to dopeness. Back of the Bentley chauffeur. Mm-hmm. The black.
Lacoste Nostra.
There you go. Dudes that got it like Oprah. Life's picture in motion. Official. Don't make it an issue. Mm-hmm. That's the chorus.
That was the chorus.
The hook.
Okay. So let me ask you this, right? So take us. So you're kind of in a room, not kind of. You're in a room of creative people, right?
Right, definitely.
So all of us have different backgrounds in music, write, produce, engineer, different things of that nature, right? And everybody has their own creative way of writing, producing, so on and so forth, right? So when this came to you, like, what was the mindset? Like, where were you mentally? Like, how did this get birthed? Like, where did this come from?
And that's an interesting question. You know, for me, I was just in a space of oneness with infinite consciousness. And in that space of oneness with infinite consciousness, it opened me up to the reality of what we was facing, literally of the culture being hijacked and poison being injected into the culture for the purpose of destruction. For me, I was in a place of that infinite space that opened my eyes up to help me to see things on a grander level. And it just gave me the lyrics the way that it gave it so that it could kind of balance the poison that's out there. Because there has to be a balance. That's what happened to the culture literally with hip hop. Back in the day, in the late 80s, early 90s, you got all types of hip hop. You have super negative, then you got super conscious, then you have shaky booty, then you have party, then you had clown buffoonery. You had everything for people. Literally, you had everything.
You're right.
You had everything for people to be able to sit down and make their choice on what they wanted.
Okay.
Nowadays, you only got the bullshit. That's what you get to pick between, the bullshit and the bullshit. So what we try to do with bringing back the culture is giving people some more options to look at. We ain't always want to be idiots. Sometimes we want to be enlightened.
So you kind of answered my next question, because my next question was going to be, so what do you think about hip hop music today?
In all honesty, don't get me wrong, man. It's a lot of talent that's out here, man. It's a lot of these young guys, they doing their thing, man. The Baby, all of these cats, man. I respect a lot of these guys, and I get motivation from a lot of these dudes, man, because literally, as you say, it's about music, and we're all artists, and you respect the artist when you see another artist spitting, because you know the difficulty that's in what this dude is actually doing. So when I listen to the Migos, I listen to these guys, man, I gotta respect them because they doing it and they pushing the envelope of creativity. People like Young Thug, they pushing the envelope of creativity, but at the same time, unfortunately, it's another hidden motive behind what's going on. So it's a lot of taint in the music. I'm just trying to give a balance to that.
Okay. So you're saying you're staying true to your identity?
Yeah, regardless to what. And I think that's what the problem is that, you know, we all too quick to just try to ride whatever the bandwagon is.
And go with the wave.
And what happens is you'll have people who are at the forefront who actually tap in with that infinite consciousness, and now they create from that space of infiniteness. Then everybody else patterns themselves after that. What we have to learn to do is all of us go to our own space with the creation and start our own wave, and then we'll find that people is going to come after that wave and ride that.
Okay. I hear it. Okay.
Yeah, definitely.
You're saying some powerful things in that statement there. That's definitely one of the things that we often talk about here on the show, is artists being true to their identity and staying in their lane of creativity. You know what I'm saying? And not be moved by the influence of someone else's creativity. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people lose their way, and then to me, you lose the art of music, because now you taking on a whole nother form of something that wasn't what it was initially supposed to be. So you can have a powerful track, you can have awesome lyrics, you can have all this good stuff, but the art of it and the life of it literally is just sucked out of that thing. Because now you done took on the form of somebody else's idea just to go with what the wave is. You know what I mean? And to me, that it's very irritating.
A little bit closer to you, man.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah, just pull it a little bit closer to your young guy, my brother.
A little bit better?
Yeah, there we go.
All right. I do apologize. But yeah, I mean, you're making a great point. I think that you're making an excellent point. And that's what happens when we abandon our own, you know, creative space to take on someone else's. We become a shell of ourselves, and then our music becomes a shell of itself, and then eventually it crumbles, and then we get disappointed by our careers, and then we fall back on it all because we never found our own place and space of comfortability to
right.
Yeah.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So the message to up and coming artists is no matter what, yo, stay in your lane, but keep pushing.
Right.
And the fact that you're in your lane, listen, you can push even harder and go even faster because you're in your lane.
Right.
Yeah. And if somebody come in your lane, all right. The verse 2. Bumper cars, you know what I mean? Right. Come in your lane, knock them out the way.
Hey, look.
That's how people get tickets. Go Psycho. Go Psycho. The Rifle got me moonwalking like Michael. Lou Armstrong, Let the Pipe Blow. Under strobe lights, watch the ice glow. Like Leroy, I'm the last dragonfly in a Benz wagon. Pants sagging, focused on that next check. All my hitters on deck. All my drones on deck. Certified vets. I'm sergeant. I'm a jet. I take flight. Do this for requests. Do this for requests. Mm-hmm. All my hitters on deck. I take flight. Do this for quests. Mm-hmm. That's verse 2.
Break that down for us. What's the nitty gritty that you try and get across in that?
Can I read it?
What'd you say?
I would like
a lot of metaphors.
Yeah, it's a lot. And I just want to read it real quick so that we hearing what's being said. Where we started there. Right here. It say, go psycho. The rifle got me moonwalking like Michael. So that thing got kicked.
Mm-hmm. Right.
That thing popping.
That kickback.
Yeah. It's supposed to be back.
You go about 3 feet.
Then it go in and say, Lou Armstrong, let the pipe blow. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking street stuff, but I'm giving history at the same time and educating. Who is Lou Armstrong? Let's go research that. You know what I'm saying? Let's go research that. A lot of people know who Michael Jackson is, and that's what's up. But people like Lou Armstrong, go research that. He was one of the greatest trumpet players ever that came out of our people that inspired the world when it comes to trumpets. Yeah, I put it in a kind of a condescending way in that it was made violent, but at the same time, it brought it to the surface of people's mind and now think about it and go study that. You know what I'm saying? And this is what we doing in the lyrics. So again, like Lou Armstrong, let the pipe blow. Under strobe lights, watch the ice glow. Like Leroy, I'm the last dragon in a Benz wagon, pants sagging, focused on that next check. All my hitters on deck, check. All my on deck, check. We certified vets. We done been through it. Like I said, I started this when I was a child, and all of my journey had good, bad, and indifferent has all made me the man that I am right now, to sit here in all confidence and definiteness and knowing exactly what's about to take place. And it's from that seat of authority that we all have to get tuned into to experience and express our truths and manifest reality. So we talking it into existence through faith, and we walking on the waters, and we ain't letting nothing aside worry us to bring us down. We keeping our eyes focused. Straight like that.
On the prize, man. Eye on the prize at all times.
At all times.
That's you're just glowing over there.
Listen, man.
It's amazing how you doing all this relating.
You know what I'm saying? Relating. You know what I mean? It is what it is. You know, certain things you can vibe with. Certain things, touch the soul. Right. You know.
So why you and that's the whole thing. I mean, he's sitting here, he's dropping a lot of things and making references to infinite powers. But for me, the only power is Jesus Christ. So when talking these lyrics and relating to these lyrics biblically, where it takes me at, you have an issue with. So I find it interesting that you relating to all of this connection. We got what?
We have gas.
We got gas. I'm just, hey, y'all know how we do. We just talk on here. Listen, we talk right. I'm just saying, you know what I mean? We talk right on here.
Yeah,
I'm just saying.
Straight. Because it's the scriptures say, and if you are a Bible person, the scriptures say, my father's house is many mansions, and you got to speak in tongues. Speaking in tongues is not la 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 blah, and all of that. Speaking in tongues is speaking in the language of the people. So I can speak in the language of a Christian if I'm with a Christian, and I can speak in the language of a brother who ain't a Christian, and it's all together. Exactly.
And the same thing, like you said before, with the words that you was using, you're able to mix it and have the words actually relate to both sides. Right. So you're able to you can say something biblical, but then you can also have some street in there. So now it's or educate somebody in a different aspect, so they look at it a different way. So like you have some street stuff in there, but then the way you spit it and the way you like express it is like, oh, it's not. It sounds street, but when you think about it, it's a little bit religious, a little, you know what I mean? It's a little bit faithful. So that's why I could really relate to it. I can't go full faith. I can't go full faith. I can't. But if you're able to bring it to my level to where I can understand it, like I can relate to it.
You can do all things through Christ which strengthens you. Not to, but
this is what I be talking about.
So your lyrics are definitely, you know, conversation pieces, definitely you know, sparks dialogue amongst listeners.
That's a good thing, I guess.
But no, that's an awesome thing, because one of the things that we talk about on here, is especially for me, I'm very hard on rap. Very hard on rap, because if you listen to rap hip hop today, first of all, if you have magical ears, it is a blessing if you can understand what half these people are saying.
Right. Good point. Good point.
Majority of what they're saying, there's no substance to what they're saying.
Yeah, right.
Half of them are talking about stuff that they never even experienced. They watched what somebody else lived and took their story and wrote a song about it. Like I mean, it's just we're surrounded with frauds, and I just can't get with that.
But this is where the double entendre is the word that we use, that you use. Why is it acceptable for Arnold Schwarzenegger to go on TV and be the Terminator, but he's not expected to be the Terminator in his actual life? But when we start talking about rap lyrics and we're entertainers, just like he's an entertainer, why are we expected to now go into real life and be savages?
Right.
That's a good point. I think that's because of what hip hop has represented itself. And I wouldn't say hip hop in general, but the culture of hip hop, like gangster rap. Like once the dudes who like originated that was like those dudes. You know what I mean? They actually did those things. And that's because of the era that they had came up in. So now when they see how much it gravitates towards the community, now everybody has this perception of, okay, rappers have to be hardcore all the time. And that's why certain rappers now, the whole genre change. I think who changed that genre? I think Kanye West.
Kanye really
be melodic and have like the 808s on. Now everybody's different. You know, now everybody has a little bit singing going on. And then you got dudes like Drake come to the forefront.
They ain't even singing, they humming and
but it's melodic. Like back then, like gangster rap was like hip hop, like I'd slap your mother and drag your sister down the street. You know what I mean? Like they was talking stuff.
Is like that how you feel?
No, that was rap. Like no, that was hip hop back then. Like that was battle rap, and like that was like after the whole Busy Bee and KRS-One and LO era. So it was like now it's like hardcore rap,
right?
And that's what dudes wanted to be. But now, you know, when a new wave came on, like you said, people who don't have their own artistry and they try to like jump on the bandwagon and they like, oh, if this fits in and this is going to get me the spot, then I'm going to feed into it. So that's what people started doing. Now it went from like lyricism to gangster rap, and now it's like melodies and harmonies, and now it's mumble rap.
Mumble rap. But I think that is a little bit more deeper than that, and this is why I posed the question with my movement of who stole the culture, because someone actually stole the culture, and it's not the people that we think that stole the culture, which is us. We're actually being manipulated right now by forces that have an agenda. The labels. Man, we're not gonna get specific in any naming and all that stuff. I ain't trying to get in no trouble, and I ain't trying to take it there, man. But at the same time, there is an agenda that is out there that's for the purpose of ultimately the destruction of our communities as a whole, and not only as the Black community, but as the moral fabric of this society, of this country as a whole. There are forces and powers that are at play that trying to degrade the moral foundation of this country, and they're using music to do it. You know, and they use hip hop artists to do it in a lot of instances. Not all hip hop artists, and not only hip hop artists are being used, but it's other artists across other platforms as well to bring in this negative energy into the cosmos.
So with you saying that, with the different artists that you work with, managing things and like that, what's your influence like with them? Are you hands on with them? Are you
very much
coaching and mentoring in a sense of how to identify with that culture that you're so passionately speaking about, or do you just let them just?
No. You know, a lot of the guys that are with me now, man, they're younger than me. You know, I don't want to give my age away. A lot of people think I'm much younger than what I actually am, and I'm gonna run with that. So I'm gonna run with that. But a lot of the guys that are with me that's currently signed to my label, because Drama Code Empire is actually the movement. That's my label, you know, and I founded Drama Code Records back in 2011. And then we recently, maybe about a year or two, upgraded, similar to how the Roman Empire went from the Republic to the Empire. So we went from Drama Code Records into Drama Code Empire. And in that we began to sign more and more artists. One of my artists in particular, I take him on as my protege, Sham Saucy. Y'all should watch out for Sham Saucy. Sham Saucy is a problem. He's a beast. He's up and coming. He's me then, but with the information that I have now, and he's delivering it the way that they love to hear it now. His music, but it taps and it's talking pieces, just like what we talk about. But it's so entwined into it, you wouldn't even realize it unless we start talking and open it up. Just like what's the name song, for instance, Future, his song Mask Off. When we listen to Mask Off, we're not really hearing, all we hearing is Molly Percocet. But really what we need to hear is that the Molly and the Percocet is the B that Future say don't chase, that we always need to be chasing a check and get the mask off, be your real self. But you got to really go into the lyrics to understand what he's saying. It's the same with myself, and then now my apprentice, Sham Saucy, and oh my gosh, the way he done took that and been able to craft the wisdom with the shake your ass music, excuse my language. It was beautiful. It's beautiful what he's doing.
Definitely check that out.
Yeah.
Shaking booty music. Check that out.
And then you get educated at the same time while you let the money ring.
About to take that over there.
But that's the thing though. But are people really being educated? Because the whole thing is, you know, all right. So the Bible says, "He who has an ear, let him hear." Right. But majority of the people who are listening to this music today and that type of music, they're just hearing beats. They're, you know what I'm saying? They're not paying attention to lyrical content. They're not looking at the substance and the message that's coming. They're not. Half these people can't. Never mind. I shouldn't say that. No, I'm gonna say half these people can't. No, that ain't half these people can't even read.
I'm gonna say this too. I'm gonna say
Real
this
talk.
too.
Half of them can't even read, and even the people who are. All right, I listen.
Oh, he was about to kill it.
I listen because half the people who are doing this music and saying these certain things or whatever, they're not even writing it. Somebody is writing it for them. They're not even on the educational level to even understand what they're saying. So if they actually believed in what they're rapping, the movement would be even more powerful and even more effective. But because they don't even have an idea, it's just music. We just rapping, like we just vibing, and that's what it is. And everybody like, and what do you hear every day? Catch the vibe. That's it. But what vibe are you catching? Because they're only hearing what? The Molly and the perk. So that's the vibe that they're catching. They're not catching, no, take the mask off, stop hiding behind all of your depression, your anxiety, and your issues and your low self-esteem that's leading you to Molly and perk. But identify what your real problems are and learn how to better yourself. All right.
Now
what'd you say?
Sermon.
That's a good message though. Hallelujah.
Listen, shout out to our listeners, people who are just joining in. We appreciate y'all. Y'all already know how we do it on Bring the Lyrics to Life. This is episode 9. We are here with artist Mike Wayz, and we are talking his lyrics from Kushite Kulture. You had something else you was going to say?
No.
All right, go ahead with the next one.
Oh no, we read it.
That was the
Oh, that was it.
So the chorus.
And then it's the hook.
Go over the hook.
Kushite culture, poisoned, arrow tips for culture vultures. We took an oath to dopeness. Back of the Bentley chauffeur, the black La Costa Nostra. Boys that got it like Oprah, life's picture in motion, official, don't make it an issue. He done put the pressure on me because he think he read it again, and now I can't read. Too much pressure.
I'll say this for me with the hook. The thing that stuck out to me that I would take and run is the oath to dopeness. And for me, I would break down again, the conversation of creativity and being confident in who you are.
Right.
Create your own dopeness. Like don't you know what I'm saying? Like that's what that's the definition of dope. Like you are the trendsetter. Like this is your creative mind. This is your creative way. This is your creative look. This is your creative sound. That is the definition of dopeness. Not we all
sound the same,
humming and kumbaya or whatever this is. All sounding this. That's not dope.
That's not dope at all.
That's not dope at all.
That's corny. And we've been forced to say that was hot and that was fly.
Yeah.
And this is what the problem is. We got to stop co-signing it. Those of us who know better, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, nah, that's not fly. That's not hot. Yeah, some of it is hot. The ones who are leading the origination of that type of music, yeah, that's dope for them. But for everybody else who's just tailgating and copying, that's not dope for them, because the point that you make is it's not original for them. And what makes something dope is that it's original to you.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
So you got Drama Code Empire.
Drama Code Empire.
How many people's on the label?
Right now we have 3 artists that are officially signed to Drama Code Empire.
Okay.
We have 3 official artists, but then we have a entourage. We have a lot of people that are affiliated, that we work with, that we're promoting, that we're pushing, under the Drama Code Empire brand. It's not just a record label. We have a book publishing company in which I recently released my first book called Power Jewels Volume 1, which deals with the conscious and the subconscious mind, the ability to actually program your subconscious mind with the conscious desires of the reality that you want. For the purpose of material expression. And that's the first in a line of self-help books that I'm going to be releasing under our book publishing section of Drama Code Empire. Also, we have a consulting firm under Drama Code Empire in which we establish LLCs. We do business, trademarks, we do business planning, marketing, and things of that nature. Pretty much whatever people need, we pretty much have the ability to get the answers for you.
Cool. Yeah. So you don't know this, so I'm gonna tell you. And I'm gonna let the audience in on this. One of the reasons why I had you on the show is because one of the things that I do in Manna Enterprises is the same thing with business formation, things of that nature. But I have a criteria. I only entertain and bring on clients who are doing something positive and giving back to the community in some way. When we met by connection of El De Niro and DC Productions.
Right.
And you had one of my artists on your show.
Yes, Reese.
And shout out to Reese Siren. She actually here in the building, y'all. What's up, Reese? In the live audience. But the thing that I liked about how El De Niro even introduced you to me, he gave me your story, and he knew exactly how to get me, right? Because he got a radio show. I don't care. I know mad people with radio shows. That don't mean my artist is going on that radio show. Like, nah. But he was like, he gave me a little bit of your backstory about where you came from. Your experience, the struggles, the successes, and how you're giving back.
Yes.
And to me, that was key.
Yeah.
Because a lot of us, and tonight we talked a lot about culture, identifying culture, and how culture was stolen.
Right.
And a lot of us forget where we came from.
Come on.
A lot of us make it to the top, and we just push people aside. We forget who helped us along the way.
Right.
We forget who held us up. We forget who invested. We forget some of these things sometimes.
Right.
So for me, it was important to not just highlight you as an artist, but also the business entity and how you're giving back.
Yeah.
But with that comes responsibility.
Yes.
Right. So the pressure's on. So who was the guy you mentioned?
Who did we just mention there?
Saucy.
Yeah, Sham Saucy. Yes.
Saucy. So anybody that come from Drama Code Empire, they better have some of the hottest, best tracks and music out here.
That was literally my question. Like, you talked a lot about taking the culture back from culture vultures, and I was just going to say, like, is it safe to assume that the people that you're signing, you're building an army to fight this battle with you? Because that's not an easy task, and it seems exhausting. Even like you were very passionate about it, which is great. But is that safe to assume that?
Yeah, that's definitely safe to assume. And the best part about that is that there's no exhaustion there because we're not relying on carnal material things. We're relying on infinite abundance of supply to support, and it's not relying on any material to bring about its desires in our expression. So with that being said, there's no exhaustion. We got infinite energy, infinite power. We're giving that infinite energy to everybody that comes around us, and we're giving the keys to the kingdom to anybody that's willing to take them. That what they bind in heaven will be bound on earth, and that's a reality.
Where where are the artists from?
Sham Saucy's from Brooklyn.
Facts. Yo,
big
ups, bro.
We can't even get this man to do a sound check this loud. Y'all heard this?
Facts. You know the vibes.
Yeah. And I had to mention that him being from Brooklyn first because I was getting so much love all day, bro. You know.
Yeah, take when you leave, take him with you.
Definitely.
I'm laughing, but I'm serious.
All these cats is hating. Like, they hate New York so bad.
I'll even give you the toll for the bridge. Just take my easy pass, please. But go ahead. Who else you got from?
Oh man, we got Dras Law.
Okay,
is his name. You know, just in the name will tell you that the conscious level. But when you listen to the music, it's still it's just that fly boy street. We talking. We the anointed Christ. That's how we coming across. When you see me, you see the Father. The Father and I is one. So when we speak, you hear the voice of infinite power being put through microphones.
What you looking at me for?
I just want to see your face.
What you talking about?
That's right.
Shade from the live audience. Let me ask you this. And I definitely want you to plug your social media, how people can get in touch with you, so on and so forth, blah blah blah. But with the label, are you looking to sign new people? Like, how are you working that? Are you sticking to your team?
Right.
Do you do the the old school way? I like the old school way. Like, do you go out to I mean, we ain't doing it right now with COVID, but open mics and things like that, and looking for up and coming artists and things like that. Like, how does that work for you?
Yeah, for me personally, it's like, again, I'm relied on that energy. So a lot of times, I'm telling you, literally, they'll show up to my doorstep. You know what I'm saying? And that someone makes the connection. Okay. You know what I mean? It's not that I'm per se going to places looking for people. It's that the energy is all in tune, and now we just cross paths. How Sham and I crossed paths was literally through, I'm not sure if City 150. He's a rapper that's out here, you know, he's doing his thing. Shouts out to City 150. City 150 had a studio down in Mount Holly. He was working with Sham Saucy, and he and I had a relationship. And he said, hey, look, I want you to come down. I got my young boy here with me. I want you to hear him. And when I got down there, the boy got God tattooed on his neck right here. He got it big. As soon as I seen that, I said, oh, Lord. But literally, that's what he is, though. Yeah. And that's how he moves in his life and his understanding, and he's being blessed as a result of his conscious level. So with that being said, it's not per se I'm going out here searching and make a long story short, is that the energies is right and we're finding each other. Okay. Yeah. And to the other question, are we looking to sign anybody at this moment? We looking for eagles all the time, but we're not looking for ducks. When we find ducks, we get rid of them. We want eagles that's going to fly high.
Eagles, not ducks.
Not ducks.
All right, I can go with that. Drop your social media, all your media platforms, right? Because you do a lot of videos and stuff, right? Yeah. So do you have a YouTube channel?
I have a YouTube channel. Okay. That's at Drama Code Records for YouTube. At Drama Fleet 8 on Instagram. You can follow us on Facebook at Drama Fleet. And also you can follow me in particular on Facebook at Prince Moon.
Okay. You gotta say all that again. That was a lot. Because we want the people to be able to connect, you know. So
Instagram Drama Fleet 8. Drama Fleet, the number 8. On Facebook, it's Drama Fleet. On YouTube, it's Drama Code Records. And you can follow me personally on Facebook at Prince Amun Drama Co. Again, that's Prince Amun Drama Co.
Okay. I know the radio show, right?
Mm-hmm.
And talk about the radio show.
What's going on with the radio show? Simply that's a connection that was made with WCMD Media. WCMD Media is one of the fastest growing, independent urban media platforms out of Camden and out of Camden County. It's based at 1656 Kane Avenue at the old Aretha Riggs Center. It's an actual school building that they were able to.
The Board of Education used to be up in there.
Right, the Board of Education used to be there. This building is now owned by the brothers from the community, in which they're putting together all types of programs to start the re-education of our people, because we've been educated in the deaf. So now we have to start the process of educating our people out of death to break the curses that we was put into to bring us into the fruition of life. So WCMD Media in particular is one of those places where we made that link, and it's for that outlet. And, I have a radio station there, Drama Code Radio is hosted out of WCMD Media, and that's for the purpose of giving up and coming artists from Jersey in particular. And I hate New York because we want. I'm gonna mess around, bring you to the show after all I love you. We go to but it's for up and coming people, artists, people to get their voices out there to be heard, man. Because there's so much talent out here.
Yeah,
but, ain't nobody getting that highlight like we deserve.
WCMD, what does it stand for?
There's really no meaning to it. It's what the WCMD in particular. When I spoke to the owner, he told me that CMD means Camden, right? He said so. Other radio stations normally add a 4th letter, so we put the W. OG style. Yeah, OG style. OG style. Throw a W in the front. CMD. W. Right. But they got a lot going over there. It's not only the radio station. They got what's called the Dare Academy, where they have over 200 girls that's in their dance school. They have big shows at Rutgers once a year where they sell Rutgers out. Literally, the girls in the dance school, and they've been doing it for year after year after year for at least the last 5 years to 8 years. So it's a lot going on over at that WCMD building. Shouts out to WCMD Media.
That's what's up. Y'all got any last things y'all want to plug?
Nah, man.
Any last questions?
I got all the info.
One of the things that I do like to do, especially for creative people who are in a position to encourage, have an impact, influence, and position other people in positions to be successful. If there was one thing that you could say to up and coming artists today, and not even just artists, but entrepreneurs, leaders of different organizations, so on and so forth, like what encouragement, what advice would you give to them?
Less of you, more of that infinite.
Short, sweet, simple, powerful, like it.
Yes, sir.
Understood. Okay.
Yes, sir.
What's the future like for Dramaco?
Beautiful.
What's the next move?
Well, the next move, we're preparing for actually this show on August 15th, the El Dinero show at his or hers.
We'll actually be there. Reese is actually performing.
Yeah, that's going to be a big situation because we all going to be there, and we're going to show love to each other, and the energy is going to be perfect. Yeah, it's going to be perfect. So immediately, we got that going. Then we got a couple more things that's booked as far as radio interviews.
Now, are you performing? Or you have your artist perform?
Yeah, Sham Saucy's going to be performing.
Okay.
Sham Saucy's going to be performing. Me, I perform when it's necessary. For a long time, I was by myself in this as I was developing it in the spirit. Now, the materialization of those ideas I built spiritually are now manifesting in the people of Sham Saucy and other people that are with me. So now that I have them, I no longer have to be on the forefront in that sense, pushing, because I can now speak through them. You know what I'm saying? And that energy could be channeled there. So with that being said, I don't always have to perform, and I'm not going to perform at this one, to answer your question straightforward. Sham's going to be getting it in.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I would never pull up to that one.
Yeah, now I think it's gonna be hot. I'm ready to see Reese.
That was is that spot that we was at
that was the last
before time? Where they yeah, but we was at with the DJ and they spun her record.
Yeah, that's why. Oh yeah, I know that's
yeah. His and hers. So we're talking about the show for August the 15th.
When I rolled my ankle.
Yeah. Yeah. New York hit the streets of Philly and literally hit the streets of Philly. I have one more question and it's kind of just slipped my mind. Dang, trying to bring it back. That joint really slipped me. All right, I don't even know, but YouTube again?
YouTube Drama Co Records. DRAMACO Records.
And you do pretty much a lot of your stuff.
As far as the
like the videography, all that, right?
Yeah, a lot of the editing.
Pretty
and
hands on with that.
Yeah,
cool.
Pretty much hands
on. Listen, Mike Wayz right here. Fox Decipher, what's up? You're late, beloved. You're late. We go live at 7. We finna log off this joint. You gotta go back. Here's my bad, fam. You gotta go back, hit the replay. We got Mike Wayz in here. We just finished going over his track, Kushite Culture, hip hop artist representing Camden and William-Brussels. We got Camden County, Burlington County representation. Just all of 130. Just hit it. Boom. Let's make it easy. Yeah, in here. He shot out Camden. He was like, I saw music and was like, yup, yeah. So definitely go back, catch that replay. To all of our listener supporters, you can always go back, catch the replay on Anchor FM, Apple Podcasts, and Spotify. And then, of course, you can always go back and hit the replay on Facebook Live and here on Podbean as well. So, listen, Mike, we appreciate you.
I appreciate y'all. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, we appreciate you. Listen, keep doing what you're doing for the community.
Sir.
Definitely keep doing for. That's what my question was.
Okay.
My question was, the pandemic. How is it or is it affecting the label at all?
Not. No, I mean it's actually helped level it up in all actuality. Yeah.
You're talking right. Just wanted to see. Okay.
Yeah, I definitely did.
Yeah. I asked that question specifically because, a lot of people don't understand how to be in their lane of creativity and build, especially in a time like this. The message